Have I found the secret to success? No, not yet. But I truly believe that the following 7 must-knows turn the dial in the right direction for living a truly wealthy life. Take a look at the video to find out what they are. Hi there. Living a wealthy life is so much more than just having money. To have a truly rich life experience requires you to fully immerse yourself in every aspect of life and also to focus on the important things to you that are way beyond monetary wealth. And these are the 7 areas that I believe bring us that true wealth. The first truth to living a truly wealthy life is to understand that you are valuable and have gifts to offer the universe. This beautiful quote by Zach Mercurio sums that up. Once you start believing in your capacity to change the world in a conversation, in a glance, in a smile, and in a moment, you start awakening to your purpose. You are the only person that can be you. And simply by showing up in that person's authenticity, you fulfill your purpose to the world. We lose this natural fit within the order of the universe because we let self-doubt and low self-esteem get in the way of being us. This takes us away from our natural order and into this horrible space of struggle. When we step out of our self-made shadows and into the beautiful, glorious space of being our unique self, we are enough and all we need to be. So be more you. Truth number 2 to living a wealthy life is to challenge your thinking. We are bombarded with so much information every second of the day. It's impossible for us to process it all. But our clever brains have figured out a way to simplify this information processing by filtering out any new data that doesn't resonate with something already in our database. And the result is we develop subtle, or in some cases not so subtle, biases in our view of the world. No 2 people will ever experience the same events in the same way. And so we can never, ever, ever be on the same map of the world that somebody else holds. And assuming that we're all alike is one of the most dangerous outcomes of our biases, because this leads us to believe that our views are correct. And our biases are strengthened by the fact that we only absorb information that conforms to our existing beliefs. We filter out anything that could potentially challenge them. So biases mean that we're applying potentially damaging irrational views to our decision making. And the way to challenge these views and thoughts means that we have to bring into our circle of comfort things that are outside of our usual thinking. So we can only know what we know. And the best way to challenge what we know is to interact with other people who act differently to us, who are from different cultures and different backgrounds. So the truth number 2 is, don't accept your views as correct. Challenge them and open your mind to new thinking. Truth number 3 is that we are all guests on earth. We need to treat her with respect. And again, I want to bring up a really great quote, this one by Barbara Wood. We have forgotten to be good guests, how to walk lightly on the earth as its other creatures do. Our earth has existed for billions of years, and we only visit her for a few of those. She graciously provides the perfect atmosphere, warmth, food, and countless other resources. She gives us sights and experiences that fuel our souls. And have we forgotten the rules of being a thoughtful and grateful guest? And the first rule I was taught was to always bring a thank you gift for the host. So imagine the positive impact we could all have if we each gave Earth our commitment to conserving her beauty. And we can take the steps to maintain our immediate environment and those further afield. Now, sometimes what holds us back is that we feel our action is weak and our gifts are inadequate. But it only takes one small stone to cause an avalanche. And the second rule of being a good guest that I was taught was not to overindulge, but to enjoy in moderation. And we have pillaged and plundered the earth's resources. And then we've had the audacity to throw out the surplus when we no longer need it or want it. And the final rule is a favorite one, and it was my mother's rules to socialization. And at the time, I didn't quite enjoy it, but I've certainly developed a new liking, is help your host to clean up. It's easy to leave the mess we have created for someone else, and we can blame industry or history or whatever else for Earth's damage and deny all liability. But truth is that is truly not useful and supportive of us living a wealthy life. A more effective approach would be to start the easiest action that we can all take to turn the tide of the Earth's degeneration. So use less electricity and water, buy local, avoid the use of plastics, use less polluting transport, and stop the excessive consumerism that is supporting the Earth's demise. The Earth is breathtakingly beautiful, and it's something we cannot deny. She unveils this beauty in so many unexpected ways. I mean, in the morning when you get up, look at the sunrise. In the evening, look at the sunset. So be grateful for having been invited here to visit, for having the opportunity to enjoy these offerings and to serve Earth by being uniquely you and being a grateful receiver and give back what she has given to you. The truth to living a wealthy life, number 4, is the art of being a good listener. I am a notorious bad listener. I have a short attention span and I get easily distracted or zone out when somebody's speaking. And that's why I love this quote, and it hits me on the back of the head every single time. And it is, nature has given us one tongue and 2 ears, so we can hear twice as much as we speak. And this was apparently said by, I'm going to totally butcher his name, Epictetus. So because I'm a bad listener, I know I'm missing out on vital information and really knowing people. And so I've been practicing to get better, and I followed these simple guidelines, which I think are quite powerful and useful. The first is the most obvious: stop talking. And the second is stop thinking about what you are going to say next. Simply focus on what the other person is saying. Don't try to come up with questions, just focus on their words. And then, as your default, ask questions to clarify what they're saying. And through this methodology, you then build on your understanding of the other person. In fact, you build on your knowledge and you grow your own empathy. The ability to listen effectively is a powerful tool for solving problems, for uncovering new opportunities. So make sure you have this in your toolbox of tricks. In his book, Give and Take, Adam Grant uncovers why helping others drives our success. And the truth number 5 to living a wealthy life is that success is the reward for giving value. So Grant's version of the successful giver, who is someone who is focused on giving value and serving others' interests, but without negating their own interests. So this doesn't imply a what's in it for me mindset, but rather what it does do is it's a process that's focused on giving value, but giving value that you can reasonably determine a worth metric for. So in other words, you're not expected in the universe to give value for nothing. So determine what your value is worth and then give tons of that value to get something in return. So because the successful giver has taken the time to build these wide networks that are held together by genuine trust, because you've given value and you've built a solid reputation of giving that value, the value metric becomes a natural give and take in the value chain. The sixth truth is to remember not to borrow money from your future. And debt is borrowing money from your future self. When we use this debt to buy assets that don't grow in value, we have squandered our future money and possibly our future financial stability. In separating the now purchase from the later pay, we've either forgotten or we've overlooked the full cost of debt. Let's assume we buy a car worth $10,000, we take out a loan that costs us 10% in interest and we repay it over 5 years. At the end of 5 years, that car, which depreciates around about 20 to 25% per year, is worth $3,300. Our debt, however, has cost us £12,621. Clearly, you would rather be the lender in the scenario rather than the borrower earning that 10% return. And you could have participated in a return if you'd rather foregone buying that vehicle or taking out that debt and used that repayment to invest and earn a return. The seventh truth for living a really wealthy life is remembering the eighth wonder of the world, compounding. Albert Einstein is said to have called the power of compound interest the most powerful force in the universe. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Compound interest is the magic that happens when an investment or loan earns interest on interest. It works to your advantage when you are saving and investing, and against you when you are paying off debt. Think of it as a snowball, gathering snow and momentum as it rolls down the mountain. To access this magic, you simply have to save or invest regularly, earn a reasonable rate of return, and leave it in your investment for time to work its magic with compounding and grow your nest egg. Similarly, paying off debt as fast as you can before the momentum of the growing interest has to be paid. Our brains find it very difficult to conceptualize the power of compounding. And as a result, we undervalue its power and we give up on our savings and investing before it's even had the time to grow exponentially. Look at this example. Imagine you were offered £1 million today or 1 pence to double every day for 31 days. Now let's assume that you're a risk taker or you in fact know the power of compounding and you go with option number 2. After 7 days, your investment would be worth £1.28. After 14 days, it's worth £163. So now you're starting to question whether you made the right choice. After 25 days, it's worth £336,000. At this point, you may be wanting to forget about the fact that you gave up on $1 million and just throw in the towel and take that $336,000. But if you wait for those 31 days, imagine how much your 1 pence is worth. Guess. It is worth almost £11 million. And that is the power of time and compounding. Now remember, through all of these truths, a successful and truly wealthy life is only created by knowing what you want in your life. Check the show notes below and grab George Kinder's life planning worksheet to get clear on what is important to you and how you want to live that life. If you like this video, please let me know by hitting the like button and share it with any other ladies who want to change their financial story. Comment below if you found any element of it helpful. For financial education and money talk designed for women, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified of when I post new videos. I look forward to chatting to you again soon.